Welcome to the show where we talk about buying, selling, online selling, eBay, Mercari, Amazon, garage sales, estate sales.
Good morning, everyone. 9:30, 5/25/22. Almost the end of May, the last day of school for a couple of the counties here in Florida. Next week is the end of school for the rest of them. Iris, how are you? Haven't seen you in a long time, Iris. Of course, I haven't been on regularly in a long time either. Good to see you, though. But yes, end of school. Good morning, Adam from Record Crate. Good morning. Memorial Day weekend is this weekend, right? Yep. So first weekend, Stitch It. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. So first, technically, as they say, it's the first long weekend that people will start to get away. Doing short vacations, rides to see family and stuff like that. With the gas so high, do you think people will still be doing that? I know kids fresh out of school are longing to do something to get away. But if you are, please be safe. I hope everybody's going to have a good time wherever they do, whatever they choose to do. It's supposed to rain here in Florida. We're getting this. The funny thing is, lately in the past, I think 3 years, June 1st starts our hurricane season. Hate it. And it typically, in the last 3 years, June 1st, it's like we've already had our first storm. And according to the news reports, they claim that this hurricane season is going to be a bad one again. I think they're talking 14 named storms. I hate it. They always say, well, that's what you have insurance for, but having to worry, is the fence going to blow down? Is the roof going to blow off? Is something going to fly through the window or something? Are the windows going to blow in? I just hate all that. Excuse me. Woke up at 2 a.m. My neighbor's in the parking lot fighting. Oh, wow. I'm sorry about that. But, yeah, there's already a disturbance. They call it a disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico hitting Texas and Mississippi and Louisiana and stuff. And they say it's going to move over to Florida a little already. So it's kind of like Mother Nature has this clock that, all right, June 1st, hit him with a storm. I don't get it myself, but it sucks. I hate it. I mean, I'm kind of happy when we miss the storm, but the bad thing is when we miss it, somebody else is getting it. And like last year, man, Mississippi, and it went all the way up through the Carolinas and stuff. So pretty bad. I don't know if that's global warming or what. But otherwise, how's everybody doing today? Other than Iris, who was woken up by 2, so I guess she'll have a nap in the afternoon here, or maybe now soon. Anybody doing any sourcing, online sourcing? Anybody find any good deals? I am still listing stuff. I have so much stuff to list. I'm down to, I think, one huge 24 by 24 by 24 box to go through that I took home from purchases that I made back home while we were there. Auctions and, sourcing, as we always do. And spoke to High Bid yesterday. I asked a lot of questions, some which I got good answers to, some which I got answers that made me still question. Do you ever get that? Do you ever ask questions and it's like, well, now I have more questions? Hello, Catherine Mary Stewart. How are you? How's Jim doing? I believe it's Jim, right? Like I said, I haven't seen people in a long time. I haven't sold anything on eBay in a month and a half. Need to do something to fix that. Probably the sell similar thing. Iris, if you look, let me show you, as I've been showing everybody, because I've been getting a lot of sales. Share screen. So if you go to my channel and you look at my playlist, Jen, JRKR 1964, good morning. Good answers and not so good answers that spawn more questions. Yeah. I mean, I probably still am going to do it. If you look at this video, Getting Sales Now, it's 29 minutes. Iris, this will maybe shed some light on what you could do to get some sales now, because I've been averaging between 5 and, well, the most was 30 sales a day. And I've only started to relist everything last Thursday. So tomorrow will be a week. Now, this morning, I believe I have only 3 items to ship out. I believe. Oh, 4. 4 items to ship out. Oh, sold another one of those 15 packs of the coconut lime we were talking about yesterday on the show, deciding should I do bigger lots or smaller lots. Good morning, good answers. Try to list something every day. You need activity in your store. Very true. Need a new camera. Mine went belly up. Okay. Yeah, the cell phone. The cell phones lately are better than pocket cameras or regular cameras. More megapixels. I think my new camera, I have the 13 Max now, and the camera has more than my $800 digital. Excuse me. You take pictures. I've got a bunch to list. You know what I've been doing, Iris, is I will start a listing on the desktop. Okay? I'll do everything. Start the listing on the desktop right here on my desk. put everything in there, and then I'll save as a draft. Meanwhile, the piece is with me. It's right here on my desk. Just showed that as an example. Then I will go in my phone, open the eBay app, go to sell, see the drafts on the bottom, open that draft, and the first thing it asks you to do is add pictures. So I have one of these white cloths. These are the soft cloths you clean your glasses with. I'll put it over my keyboard so everything's tilted a little. I'll put the item on there, snap the pictures, go down, hit list. Before you hit done, there's a button on top that says share. You can share it everywhere. I share it to Reseller U on Facebook and a couple other Facebook pages. If it's a Marvel figure, I'll do it on the Marvel page. Share it to my Instagram, my Pinterest, so you get more eyes on the product, or more eyes on the prize, as they say. And it's been working well for me doing that. It has actually been bringing in people, and they say, wow, where did you get the good deal on that? Or I haven't seen those in a while. So you never know. Jen says maybe some lower prices, run a sale. Iris, I just use my cell phone. Yep, a lot of people, I think, just use our cell phones these days. Hey, Tommy and Des, how are you? It's open mic today. It's open platform, whatever you want to talk about, Tommy, Des, whoever's behind the speakers or the mic or the keyboard there. Thanks for coming in. Jim is doing fine. He has tilled up the garden and has 2/3 of our garden planted. Very nice. Very nice. When I was home, my son, let me show you. I always ask my son, is there anything we could do? Anything we could help you with around the house? And he says, well, not for nothing. He says, I would like to get rid of those bushes. He says, I hate those bushes. He has these. I forget what they're called. So I said, okay. So I grabbed his chainsaw and I cut down what I could on one, and I couldn't. The roots were buried in there. So I went on Facebook, New Hampshire city, town where he is, and I put out, I need a landscaper. A woman called, says, my husband has a truck that says he could do it for you, no problem. He came with this machine. Very, very nice younger couple, and he did it. And that's what we have left. So I told my son, I says, now all you need to do is get a rototiller, till that stuff, and he calls them neighbor hater bushes. They're the evergreens that are teardrop. He wants to put those so you can't see in the big window on the from the street. Good morning, all. What are we learning? Jim is doing good. Hey, Victoria. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Amy. Hi, Amy. I sent out a link to Treasure Hustlers. They were on yesterday. We talked a little bit about Whatnot, and Victoria talked a little bit about it on her show this morning. It's gaining in popularity. Do you list video discs for sale? When I get them, I had both. I had the RCA video discs, the ones you put the whole thing in, and when you take it out, it's just the cover, the disc stays in, and then laser discs. Laser discs, they some of them are getting really good money. I wish I kept my laser disc machine because the picture and sound on those things were great. Last time I used a cell phone for pictures, I had to email them to myself, download to my, oh man. Why not just connect it? Like my wire's here all the time. I just connect it to my phone and then I can open up my, what's it called? What do you call it? File Explorer. It shows the phone and then take the pictures right off. But I'm telling you, for some reason, you can't share. It won't let you share like it does on the phone, the way you're on the desktop. That's why I finished them on the phone, because for some reason, only the phone has the Pinterest and the everywhere else you can. And the pics weren't in focus anyway. They weren't blowing up big enough. Yeah, I could see that happening. It depends. You might have an older phone too, Iris. Do you have one of the flip phones? Like, beam me up, Scotty? Or do you have a regular phone? I would jump on, but I'm still in my robe. That's all right. I'm not wearing any pants. I'm just kidding. Yellow bells. AKA yellow bells. I don't know what yellow bells are. Good morning. Hi, Tommy. Gene Simmons does sound checks in a robe. Yeah. We are gardening for the first time this year. Christy S in IA. USA. Saw that this morning on Victoria's chat. Thanks for coming in. Thank you everybody for coming in, spending a little time with us. I appreciate it. Any topic you want to talk about, if you would like to come in. Oh, I got too many screens open. Pin. I just pinned it. If anybody would like to come in. It wasn't a smartphone. Okay. How have you been doing, Amy? 2 flip phones and a smartphone my sister got for me for Christmas. Yeah, when we got our 13s, I still have my iPhone 5, 6, and 8 that I have to put up. I have to sell. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. Chat's jumping pretty fast. I was talking a little bit with Victoria earlier on her show, and Whatnot is gaining in popularity. But one of the things that I'm on a lot of the Facebook groups also, and let me show you again, because you could look at this as a good sourcing opportunity. All right, so you go to Whatnot. They have added a ton of categories, okay? And they keep adding categories every week. All right, so I'm logged into Whatnot. And of course, I'm into toys. So they're huge, big, extremely popular for Funkos. I don't do Funkos. I try not to do Funko Pops. I do get them in some of the liquidation pallets, but I don't do them typically. So I go to action figures. All right. Now you could see this. The featured shows are here. And what do you got to do to get a featured show? You got to go on typically every day and do that. But you go a little further. Now there's nobody on right now selling action figures. But today at 10, there's one person. So let's go. I hate to do it, but let's look at Funkos. All right. There are all these people right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 people on right now selling Funkos. This person has 82 people in. This person has 54. This person has 14. All right. This person has 42. Let's look at this person has 18 people in. Now he's starting this one. Well, it's already at 17. I don't know what it's worth. Like I said, I'm really not into Funkos. I do have some. I have some of the exclusive ones that I get from liquidation, but I'm not buying cases of Funkos anymore. So people are telling me now, if you look at solds, where's the volume on this? All right, shut the volume off. You can go to solds and see what he sold. He sold nothing. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold that thought, Amy. So this ended without a sale. All right, so you can go to solds. They also have a buy it now. You can put buy it nows up there. You have to preload everything. Is Whatnot better than eBay, Christy? The thing that everybody likes, I would say everybody likes about Whatnot, you do a sale now, you go back 5 minutes later. I go back because I've only done them at night. I've only done 4 sales. I've done them at night. I close the sale, and then when I go wake up in the morning, everything's there for me. So I grab it. It says, all right, this person bought this, and this. And I put it in a box. I pack it. I weigh it. And I put that information into the Whatnot section. And it says, all right, download the label. All done. And then when you're done with everything, you click everything. And it says, verify that you shipped everything. Yep, verified. And then they have to wait for everybody to get their item, and then you see the money going into your account. So takes, I think the longest I've waited for money was, it's live, Iris, yep. I think the longest I've waited for money is 2 weeks. Only USA people, but the nice thing is down here, you can set it when you click on this and you're going to say, all right, start auction. I want to start it at 30 seconds. I want to start it at 60 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and that's it. Now see up here, this is another question. Excuse me. This is another question that came up in Victoria's. You have to get a lot of followers. You have to have a lot of followers. How do you get followers? You follow other people. As soon as you go in, now as soon as I went in, he saw that I was here. Now, something that happens on Great Thing, since once you hit 1K items sold, you get paid. Oh, I didn't know about that. 1K items sold. Yeah, I haven't done that yet. Not here, not yet. As soon as you come in, it says, like this person, I know it's so small you can't see it, so-and-so joined. So when I come in, it says toys and stuff collect joined. Because what happens is people, all right, he's doing this and it's going to last a minute, 2 minutes. I want to go out and I want to see who else is selling what. So I go into this guy and it says, all right, toys and stuff just joined. That's why, and now he's got 7,000 followers. So he's been doing this for a bit, which is great. Like Roy, I followed him, he followed me. Treasure Hustlers, I followed them, they followed me. So there's people that happens, and then you find on your smartphone, you get notices. So-and-so's on Whatnot right now, just started. So-and-so's on Whatnot right now, just started. Better, I don't know. I can tell you this, Iris, that Whatnot's been in existence for a little over a year. They've been gaining in popularity now for the last 6 months. They have celebrities on there. They have wrestlers on there selling gear and autograph stuff. So in the last 6 months, eBay came out and said that now they're going to start to develop a instant online auction, which is, man, it's about time. eBay's been what now? I've been with them since the beginning, 26 years. When Amazon came in, you'd think they'd do something then to combat Amazon. They did nothing. So now they're starting to take reactive measures, which is about time, in my estimation. It's about time. Hopefully they will come out with something. Whatnot fees. Nobody asked about the fees. They're 1% more than eBay when it comes down to it. So I hope that helps everybody with questions about Whatnot. It's decent. I mean, you got to try it. I think I have 200 and something followers. Not a lot by any means. Amy, what was your question? Or come on in and ask. I know you don't want to go on camera. I'm cool with that. Is Whatnot better than eBay? I'd say it's definitely faster. It is faster. Now, people, I got to tell you this, because it's still on its upward trend, it's a good sourcing opportunity, because the people I see doing action figures and stuff like that, they start everything at $1. And I can't afford to do something like that. Like I can't start this at $1. This cost me like $6, and you got to buy a case. If I was buying everything at liquidation in bulk and everything was costing me less than $1 when you look at it, yeah, those deals aren't around that often, especially not these days. Is Whatnot more? Whatnot is 10.9 plus. Is Whatnot more? Whatnot is 10.9% plus the 30%. I don't know where you get that. The figuring that I did after I sold everything, it came out to almost 14%. And eBay's typically 12%. The flippings, I think Paul, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. But I'm ridiculous about that. I go over everything. I was approved for Whatnot 3 months before I started my first auction, because I had a million questions. I'm one of those guys that I have to know everything before I start into something. Hence what I did through HiBid yesterday. Million questions, and now because of the answers I got on some, I have a million more. But I'm running the numbers and everything through everything, so I'm just crazy about that. Great thing, since once you hit 1K, many years ago, eBay did live auctions. Many years. I don't remember. So basically, eBay is going backwards. Playing catch up, as we call it, playing catch up. Is it easy to do auctions on eBay, and is it worth it? I've done auctions on eBay. It depends. It depends what you're selling. It depends how much money you have in the item. It depends how much money you're looking for. Are you looking for all the money? There's so many variables. I start auctions at 99 cents. On some of the things, I started higher. I'll start it at my cost and see where it goes. I wish, I would love to do 3-day auctions on eBay, but they charge you $1 for it. And I don't like that, because I'm only starting the auction at 99 cents. Now my cost is $2 before anything. Excuse me. Then they want to charge you now $2.90 to promote your auction item. I'm not a fan of that either. But like I said, that's just me. Tommy says, I did auctions all the time on eBay. We did well. And it drives traffic to your other items. Very true. Very true. Amy, may I suggest listing one buy it now item today on eBay? I put stale inventory on eBay auctions. That's a good idea. in their FAQ says 8% commission and then $290 plus 30 cents payment processing. Look at it, Paul. If you run an auction, look at it, because I had that same thing and I approached them with that. And once again, didn't get good answers. The one thing I was extremely concerned about is on their FAQs, it says they don't take care of sales tax, unless they changed that now in the last 3 months. And I said, man, so now we have to pay the sales tax for every single state? I said, that's not cool. Amy, eBay is so fast with smartphone I use to search items, take pictures, and as we say, Amy. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
What's happening?
I haven't been awake very long, so my brain's not working yet.
Oh, it's called coffee.
I've tried that. It's not working yet.
Oh, okay. Auctions on eBay are set and forget. Iris, that's a yes and a no. You could, like what I've done, okay? Even if I list something at 99 cents and the auction I did a 7-day auction and the auction has 2 days to go and there's no activity on it, I'll lower it to 25 cents or 50 cents just to see if now I can get some interest. So eBay is never a set and forget. If you're doing that, in my estimation, you need to really work your listings. You always should be changing the title, adjusting the title. I would keep working my listings. Jim, how are you? Good to see you. Good to hear from you, Paul. Good morning to you. Good to hear from you. The Flipping Sports Guy. From what I've seen in my numbers, it's spot on. Now the shipping cost on giveaways can make it high. That's true. That's true, because now see how Paul, the Flipping Sports Guy, says about giveaways. They would like you. That it's not a necessity. They would like everybody to do giveaways at every auction because they are trying to boost the interest on whatnot. So what happens is, and I've done every auction I've done so far, I have had a giveaway. That shipping fee is on you. So depending on what you give away, some people do a giveaway with every purchase, which is cool because all they're doing is putting it in. One guy, and I could do this because I have a lot. They were doing, I think, Marvel stickers and their business card. And they claim it's in with everyone. Everyone gets 3 stickers and a business card, which is a cool idea because it adds nothing to shipping. But the shipping is on you. They give you the breakdown of fees for each item sold in the section app. Yes, they do. I bulk edit them once a day, reducing them by 1 cent. Okay, yeah. Whatever you got to do, Christy.
I haven't used eBay for a long time. Well, I make it sound like I've never used eBay. I haven't used eBay for like almost a year.
Wow.
Because I originally was just going to take a break until after the holidays. And then with my niece passing away, it kind of threw me off from everything else. So I'm trying to get back into the swing of it.
Yep.
So, I'm doing good with Poshmark. I sell at least 4 to 5 items every couple days, it seems like. Nice. So I'm doing good with Poshmark, but I haven't reopened my eBay yet.
So you're selling mostly clothing?
Actually, mostly jewelry and baby items actually on Poshmark.
Okay. I don't know what it is. Poshmark and Etsy have been in the news for not good reasons a lot in the last 2 months. People are finding out they're being charged for promotional stuff that they're not getting, and I don't know. So I have accounts with all the platforms, but for some reason I don't want to try Posh. I don't want to try Etsy. I haven't been on Etsy in a long time. They email me like once, twice a week. Last time I was on Etsy, there was so much bootleg stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why. I made a sale before I left 3 weeks ago. And somebody, now he never reached out to me. The buyer never reached out to me. They got it, whatever. 2 days later, I get a negative feedback. The item is good, but it's not authentic. It's a video game. And I said to, I put a response in. I said, I only sell original items. I never sell anything that's not authentic. So I says, can you please change the feedback? And they said, no, we're not. So I called eBay. I said, I have a problem that I need your help with. I said, somebody bought something from me. They said it was fake. But I said, they never contacted me to give it back or for a refund or anything. I said, the person only has 0 feedback, which is one problem I have. I said, because I have it on my list that nobody can buy unless they have, I forget what it is, 3 or 4 feedback. And I said, if this was a fake, I would have got a Vero complaint and Nintendo would have taken it down right away. And they said, yeah, that's true. So they followed up on it and they took the feedback away. So, I mean, the last time I looked on Etsy, I looked for a magnet, a Walt Disney World magnet of Figment. I think I told this a long time ago because Sandy's into Figment. And we didn't go to the park when they were giving those out. They had those, they're only magnets. They had them as stickers, as patches, as prints. I mean, so many bootleg items from that one image. And I don't know why Disney doesn't, or, they don't harp on them right away. You put that on eBay and you're going to get shut down right away and you could lose your account.
The only problem I've had with Poshmark is there was an incident I want to say it was like last year around this time. I had sold, it was like $50 worth of jewelry. I don't remember exactly what it was, but we'll say it was $50 worth of jewelry. But they only wanted to they wanted all of it, but $20 of it. And I'm like, why are they, because it's, I know they take a big percentage. And that's why I only do clothes and jewelry and purses. I don't do everything that you can do on there. I opened my Poshmark because of all the clothes and jewelry, because I didn't want to put that in my eBay store and then not have room for the action figures or whatever I had to list. So it took me 4 months to get the money that they weren't supposed to have. That was supposed to be mine.
Wow.
It was a headache.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's crazy.
But so far I haven't had any problems like that. I do feel that their fees are a little outrageous sometimes.
Yeah, when they were, I don't know, I saw the reports. It was on MSNBC and a couple others about people complaining that they were paying the advertising fee but not getting the advertising the way it was laid out to be, or not at all. So they were trying to get, a bunch of sellers were trying to get together and try to get those funds reimbursed. And I don't know, it was a long drawn out thing. And the same thing was happening to Etsy. They started this, they try to follow eBay, promoted listings, but they didn't do it the same way, and actually they didn't promote it at all. They were just collecting extra fees. So, but like I said, I don't know. I don't go on there, Mercari. When I left, I took everything down. When I left to go home, I didn't put my store on vacation mode. I didn't put it on extended handling time. I pulled everything. I pulled everything off Mercari, which I didn't have that much on. And I pulled all my listings off eBay. When I got back, I started to unpack. And this past Thursday, I started to list everything again on eBay. And I still haven't done Mercari yet. But you know, when I told everybody in the first show that I started here on Monday, and I said, listen, when I list, I have 2 screens open. I'm not relisting. I am selling similar, but I go to the other screen. I want to see what my competition is and what's the lowest price that unit is being offered for, and I'm going to go lower. So for the first day, because then you know people are going to do the same thing, it's like Amazon. You're trying to get the buy box. You lower it 5 cents. The next person sees that, he lowers it or she lowers it 5 cents. And it goes on and on and on. Who's the winner? The consumer, because they're getting it cheap. Because 2 sellers, 3 sellers, 4 sellers fought to get the buy box, which is that price that you see. But that's the way I did it. And I sold similar. I'm up to 200 items right now, 240 items right now on eBay. And that's the way I'm doing it. Because then Iris, you know, not to pick on you, but like you say that, or someone said, set and forget. I don't want to do that. I don't want things listed in my store for 6 months anymore. I tried never to have that, but I don't want that. I don't want things in my eBay store for months and months and months. I want to turn the inventory. I want to get that stuff out, get the money, and get new stuff, new inventory. So I just kind of changed my mindset on that. But you can't, it's like opening a brick and mortar store and then just opening the doors and hoping people come in to buy from you. You really can't. You know, you got to market it. That's why I use the phone. I put the pictures and the listing on Pinterest and Instagram and a lot of the Facebook groups. So you get more eyes and like Tommy said, you get more eyes to the store. So people will come in and see, well, if he has this, he must have other stuff. Sorry for going on and on and on.
You're good. I listen because that's where I get my information before I have to ask the question. You guys usually answer me before I even ask the question.
Yeah.
Between you and Tommy, I bring up one question with Tommy and he answers like all 20 that I had.
Yep. I'm reopening my resale eBay store in June and going to use the turn and burn theory. Then you won't be able to have a lot of listings, Paul. You can't babysit a ton of listings. Jen, I was never I have to have 1,000 listings. I have to have 2,000 listings. I was never one of those people. If you look at my shows, my past shows, there's one that I showed people how to go from $0 to $500 a week. And I was only using 200 to 300 listings. And then I took that from $500 a week to $2,000 a week. And I showed people what I did to do that. And still, that was only 250 to 300 listings on my eBay store. If I can do it, anyone can do it. But, okay, and this is one thing that I know a lot of people talk about it. Reselling is not easy. Reselling is not, I'm going to list it on eBay and it's going to sell and I'm going to make money. It's the hustle. You have to hustle. I work my listings every day.
That's a job all on its own.
It is. And how can you do that if you have 1,000 listings? You can't. That's why people that have thousands tens of thousands of listings on Amazon have a repricer. There is only one repricer, because I've researched it. There is only one repricer that will reprice for you on eBay. It's tough, because like I said, Paul, desirable versus non-desirable. I don't know what you mean, Adam. I'm sorry. Unless you have a lot of very desirable listings, though, I think it's hard to make certain amount unless you have a lot of listings. True.
I have over 400. Okay, I reopened my Poshmark, like wow, words are hard sometimes. I opened my Poshmark store like the middle of April. I opened it back up in the middle of April, and I have like 405 listings, I believe. But sometimes I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, I listed like 3 things, and 2 of the 3 things sold before I had a chance to list the 4th one. And I was like, okay. So I'm pulling stuff out as I'm trying to continue to list at the same time.
Right. It's true. I mean, it's very, very true. And clothing too is different. But Jen and Adam, do me a favor in the chat. Give me an example of a non-desirable item. I'm trying to make a point. Yes, that's why I have them on promo 1%. I'm only going to have no more than 250 listings approaching. What happened there? eBay with a whole new outlook. Yeah, I mean, whatever it takes, right? Most sell that way. $1 records sit around. Cheaper to box them up and give them away for free as a mystery box. Okay. So Adam, $1 records sit around. So what if you would have put together a 3-pack of dollar records for $2? All right? Or a 5-pack for $4? Do you think they would sell? I don't know. I mean, I did that with comics. There's some comics that are not desirable, but how do you sell them? You put them in a bundle or a group with other comics that will sell. And people look at it, well, there's 12 comics. I'm only paying $1 a piece. I'm only paying $2 a piece. It's worth it. It's kind of, I don't know how you say it or what you call it, but basically I do like whatever it takes to get it sold. Question: when you first start selling on eBay, should we open an eBay store? No. We were wondering, crap load, sell totes after totes, etc., etc. No, if you're just getting started on eBay, start selling. Just start selling. Once you're into it, I'm sorry, the chat's jumping real fast. Once you're into it and you start making some money, then do a basic store. I think it's $9.95 a month.
That's what Tommy suggested I do as well.
Excuse me. Yep.
Just list things and see how you like it, because some people don't like eBay, just like some people don't like Poshmark or Mercari.
Yep.
So if you don't like eBay, then that's not your fit. Then you should check with one of the other places.
Right. Adam, can you list non-desirable items and gross $500? Probably not. No. Like I said, I'm only talking myself and what I'm doing. Of course, I'm selling toys, and I know what people look for. They're looking for the exclusive one. They're looking for, you get a case of these, but there's a case of 6, but there's only one red one. So people want that, and that one sells for more money. So you got to discount the others. When I'm buying, when I'm outsourcing, Sandy says, hey, when we go to an estate sale or whatever, Sandy says there's some toys over there, and I'll go look, and she says, aren't you interested? And I said, no, it took me 6 months to sell the last one I had of that. I'm not interested. I'm looking for the hot stuff, like everybody. Catherine Mary, I would use your free listings when you run out, then get a store. Unless you want to be able to do sales, then have a store. Yeah, because there's some benefits when you have a store. You get the $25 coupon for boxes. Iris, an undesirable item, a book with a crunched up cover. Not necessarily, Iris. I can show you a book right here I have that has a big scratch down the middle, and it's a $200 book. So not all the time. The rarity might keep it up, keep up the interest. Look at graded comics. When you look at graded comics, you see people listing 0.05, which is half a grade, or 1. All right. Those still have value. People still buy them because they can't afford the 8.8s, the 9.2s, or whatever. So a record by Roger Williams. You might have a good point there, Adam. Just something that is more long tail. There's a lot more competition. True, Jen, but a lot more competition. Price motivates a lot of people. If there's a lot of competition on an item and everybody's at $20, $19, you come in at 18 or 17, do you think you'll have a sale? Just curious. Because I think so. Sorry, not used to typing on a laptop. It's driving me crazy. No problem, Victoria. I've got a box of dollar DVDs. I would do them in lots, Iris. I have a ton of DVDs here. I actually bought them. I bought a lot and took them back with me because I bought every Disney DVD. And when Sandy and I went home, the first thing we did was did a flea market in New Hampshire. I sold some of them. Because I knew that even though DVDs are not as popular lately, they were all Disney. So I knew people would want them. So I did sell some. And yeah, see, locked them up. I don't think they will, Paul. Have you played I haven't played a record or a CD in years, Adam. Roger Williams. Didn't he sing that song about the ship? I don't know. Chat just jumped. Dollar earrings don't sell. You raise the price, lot them up, or both? Both. Experiment.
I have lots of earrings. I have a lot of earrings, but I have lots of earrings on Poshmark, and I have 15 pair of earrings for $10 just because I don't know what else to do with them.
Yeah. But
crafters will use them. I mean, I think most of the stuff I have sold besides the baby stuff. My second thing would be broken jewelry, beads.
Yeah, people, crafters love that.
I sold a box of old magazines, not old as in, keep them because they're worth something, old as in they've been cut up for crafts or there was pages torn out. So I put it in the description that it was strictly crafts. They're really not readable. You're going to miss half the story on everything.
Yep.
And this lady's like, you're the only person that sells used magazines. I thought she was being mean at first, but then she bought every lot I had. And I was like, oh, I guess that's what she was being like. Thank you. Somebody finally did it.
Yep. So now, if you were to go out sourcing and you came across some and said, "Wow, I sold those very well. I'm going to buy these. These are cheap. I'm going to buy more and sell them." Right?
Exactly.
So yeah.
And that's why I do go to, like, say I go to an estate sale and they just have a box of tangled up, big mess of jewelry. I don't know why it does it, but mentally it helps my anxiety untangling jewelry. Sometimes I want to throw it across the room when I get aggravated with it.
Yep.
But most of the time, just sitting there fiddling with it and like breaking it apart. I did an interview a couple years ago with Cajun Roots Johnny.
Yep.
And I was so nervous. I'm sitting there, nobody could see it, but I'm sitting there fiddling with necklaces that were all tangled up and just like breaking them apart as we're talking. It kept my nerves calm.
Wow. Christy says, better to sell on YouTube if you don't want the fees. I don't know. I have my own opinions about that. Christy, if I was you, I don't know how many Facebook auctions you've checked out, but if you're on a lot of groups, and I don't know what you sell, Christy, like I'm on a lot of the toy groups and stuff like that. They have themed auctions and there's no drama, whatever. In the chat, you may say, "Hi, how you doing?" or whatever, but what you're going to basically see is our bids. So there's no chit chat. It's business. I think that's why the Facebook auction people like it better. It's no, you have to worry about spam and this and that. I don't know. But I know there's jewelry groups. If you're into jewelry, I know there's vintage clothing groups, and you just check it out. There's a ton of ephemera groups on. I'm always getting notification. Hey, Justin's going on the ephemera page. Hey, Dean's going on the ephemera page, and they do well. They definitely do well.
There's a group for everything.
Yep. Hey, Charms, how are you? All right. When you first start selling on eBay, just start listing. Make sure you have enough in sales to pay for the store. Exactly. Yeah. Yep. My store is $9 a month, starter store. Hi, Victoria, $8.95, but I round up. Yep, I think I'm at the $30 store. I have about 1,000 CDs listed. They are not the most desirable or need to be repriced. I do sell some almost every day. I have 223 listed and haven't had a store in a few years because they give you enough freebies. Up until last month, I've made at least enough to pay for my store. Whoops. They are looking for desirable red toy, but you mentioned how you can take your eBay sales and then 2,000. No, that's true. That's true. I started listing more expensive stuff. Where's my... Share screen. All right, so now I'm at 181. But you look at some of the stuff that I have listed. Hold on, where's my store? You look at this is that book I was telling you about. You see the scratch right there? It's like a crease right there. And I take all kinds of pictures of the damage or whatever. It's still a over a $200 book. But it cost me like $20. It was a find. This, statue $290, statue $775. This, I got these, actually all these right here, I got in liquidation. These I all got in liquidation, except this. This is another find. There was a store that went out of business. He had it's brand new, and I was amazed at how much it was going for. But I mean, some of the stuff is I just started selling higher ticket items. Like these comics, $100, $65. That's, and they don't cost me that, or they don't cost us that. So it can be done. It's just, you gotta work your listings. Like, let's see what the high priced items I have. So comic, $12.75. Statue, comic. Now these are graded. So like this one I got at Comic-Con. It could cost me $200 to $300, another $25 to have it graded, and then it went up in price a lot. All comics right now, comics and cards are going nuts, as you know, right now. Has been slow. Stacy May in here. Is Stacy May in here? I don't know. I see a bin of dollar. I wonder if that's the wrong item. And the chat jumps again. I'm always in the market for plastic canvas stuff. I would do a Facebook if I can ship. I'm not on Facebook though. No, you're not. It's not Facebook Marketplace, Christy. It's Facebook groups. Just go on. I don't know what you sell. Go on Facebook, join one of the groups for the stuff you're into. Like I said, I'm into Marvel toys. I'm into cars. And so I'm in all these groups. And you'll see the sales that they have on these Facebook groups. We have thousands of die-cast vehicles close to set. Wow, mostly original Beanie Babies. I have hundreds and hundreds of pounds of vintage jewelry, new, used, and stuff. Yeah, perfect inventory to start selling, that's for sure. Not the same thing, Paul. I've got a book without a cover that I use tape to make one. That is unsellable. Like I said, it depends. They sell comics without covers. It depends. It depends on what. If it's a Mark Twain or something like that, you get somebody that can afford a nice quality one that says, hey, this one's only $5, $20, whatever. A full one in decent conditions, $300. They may do it. They may do it. Paul, how do you come to price a Donald Duck book, for instance? Where's my Donald Duck book? I'll show you this is what I've been doing to relist a lot of my stuff. So let's say this was unsold. I pulled it, right? What I've been doing to relist stuff. Walt Disney Enterprises, Whitman, that's important, 1937. Cardboard cover, not too much important. But let's see. Let's see if there's any others. So then I open up another eBay. I paste in the title. All right. There's my competition right there. All right. So I go up here and I go to lowest first plus shipping. Price plus shipping, lowest first. It's me. The next one is $241. The next one's $265 plus shipping. So you can go to Solds, but Solds already happened. So you go to Solds. Now when you go to Solds, oh, see, there's only one. Because normally it would say, if there was more than one, it says most recent. So the most recent here is this week. $75. Vintage, blah, blah, blah. Pre-owned, $75. Wow. Used, it's in good condition. Donald Duck, see pics, ask any questions. Has staining, edge bumps, missing some paper on the front cover, foxing 8. Wow, my God. Tight pages are all there. Okay, so he has a lot more issues, and that's why it's sold at $75. All right. So you look at your current competition. Who are you up against? So and you got to look. You have to research. You have to research not only what's sold, but the date that the most current one sold. If it was in February, it doesn't make a difference anymore. You have to look now at your competition for that same book. So that's what I did. I went, it's number 507. And hi, everybody that just came in. I'm sorry. I'm not avoiding you. I just went here, paste, search. All right, so there's one, and it was a bid. Okay, but then you look, well, why did it sell this cheap? Because he has all those staining and paper missing and all this other stuff. And it was just this week. So now you go here, and I don't want to go to best match. I want to go price plus shipping, the lowest. So I'm at $245. This guy's at $246. And see, it says very rare. Did I use that terminology? No. I put hard to find. So I'm not really far off, but the guy's $1 cheaper. I mean, the guy's $1 more expensive than I am. So I'm, let's see if I go $225, if I can get it sold. Because I'm all about selling everything. Paul, you know the concept of a stripped book? Yes, I do. I used to own 2 comic shops and stuff. I am familiar with it. I've been doing this for a long, long time. It's when they take the covers off and report the book to the publisher as destroyed and instead throw them away. Yeah. Research it. The one I'm talking about is destroyed. When we were kids, Iris, we used to go to the convenience store to buy our comics. We used to ride our bikes down and buy our comics. On the rack next to the comics that just came out this week were the comics with no mastheads, because then the drugstore, convenience store people just had to return the mastheads for the credit. And they used to sell the books for like 10 cents, 20 cents. Those books today still have some value. So it's not like just because they're manipulated or stuff like that they don't. Hey, Johnny, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Some by the name. Hi, everyone. Okay. Irish people love books for crafts. That's very true, too. There are some very cool and unique pieces I've seen made from books that either don't have covers or pages. I've seen one thing made. It was some kind of collage, and it was it was almost like a canvas, in other words, okay, Amy, I'm sorry. In other words, what I thought happened is somebody bought a canvas, a big canvas, and took pages of a book. And all you do is paste the back, and they put the pages, everywhere on the canvas. And then they put one color page from the book in the middle. And it looked awesome. And I guess then is it decoupage over the whole thing to give it this look, because some of the edges curled up, and it was fantastic, especially when the light hit it from a certain way. That one by auction, one bid. Hello, everyone. I had a phone call. Thanks for having me. No problem, Amy. Anytime. There's Johnny. What's up, Tommy? Johnny, Tommy, Amy. Does someone want to buy my Avon books? Catalogs? Your Avon catalogs? Excuse me. So anyway, it's, I hope I didn't lose too many people on going over stuff like that. But it's all, yes, brochures. I don't know what value of those was. Sandy's got a bunch of Sensei director stuff, because she was a seller of it. And it took a long time to sell that stuff. But the pamphlets and stuff like that, I just threw away. But Sensei's not as popular as Avon, that's for sure. Especially if you have the Avon ones that shows like the old bottles and stuff that have a lot of collectible value. I know, I said I used to own a comic store. Man, I wish I had some of the advertising posters and one sheet. They're called one sheets, 8.5, 11, full color, glossy. Promotional posters for stuff that were coming out, because I'm seeing people sell those now. And they're getting good money for them, for an advertising sheet. But then again, if you look at the old Look magazines, and I forget the name of some of the other magazines, for years, people have just been cutting out the cigarette and automobile ads and selling those for $10, $20 a piece, depending on which one it is. Paul, I don't think so. Old ones good for junk journal. Yep. Sensei, yep. You never know. Some teachers or parents might want them for kids to cut up. I used to cut up Avon brochures as a kid. Never understood why my mom was so mad until I sold Avon myself. Yeah, true. Very true. Very true. It's kind of like, is everything from the past worth money today? I don't know. They always tell you just because it's old doesn't mean that it has value. Most of the times, because it's rare, it has value. But if you look at something, people say, well, I can't find it on eBay. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You're at an estate sale and you find this, I don't know. I mean, you find this train book. It happened to me once. There was a Lionel train book, not a catalog, a book about accessory pieces. And I couldn't find it anywhere. And this was, oh my God, 5 years ago, I think. So I bought it. It cost me, I think she charged me $3 for it. It was in decent shape. It was from years and years and years ago. I think I ended up selling it for $20-something. But I was the only one. If you're the only one that has an item listed on eBay, that's a good position to be in. No competition. That's a good position to be in. Anytime you're selling anything, if you have no competition, that's good. I used to make collages with random mags. Yeah, we used to do it with comics too. My buddies got so mad at me. I took an old Captain, when I was a kid, It was old. It wasn't old when I was a kid. Took a Captain America comic. I always loved playing with wood all the time. I made some plaques with, different edges, routed edges and stuff. Like my father used to show me how to do that. So I took some of the pictures from Captain America comic, which today is like $1,000 comic. And I made a collage out of it, glossed over it with urethane, and had it hanging in my bedroom for years and years. Threw the rest of the comic away. But also, I tell this all the time to people that want to collect comics. You look at the stuff from the 60s, and, typically I would be more apt to buy a comic from the 60s than I would from the 90s. But when you look at comics from the 60s, don't just look at the edging, the binder, all that stuff. All right. Look inside, make sure the coupon is still there, because I was guilty of it. A couple of my friends were guilty of it. We used to fill out that coupon, tear it out, fill it out, and send in for some of that stuff, like the 3D glasses and all that. That brings the value of that book down more than half. But a lot of people don't look at that. I'm sure someone would love to look at it. Oh yeah, Christy. On these ephemera pages, I've been to some of the Facebook ephemera auctions. They sell old pictures of, hey, Jerry, how are you? There's always somebody in there selling old family pictures. I don't know. I don't know. I know the attraction. They love the old vintage stuff. And I always bring up the thing is I have, way back when, my uncles were all in the Army and the Navy. So my uncle in the Army, the same thing in the Navy, they would, and Johnny, if you're still in here, well, I'm going back way before Johnny was in. They used to take these big pictures that came out to be like 3 foot wide by, I think it's like 12 or 14 inches high. The whole ship and the whole crew. Now, my uncle's picture from the Army, I happen to have it, and it's the whole barracks with all the people from the oh, okay. All right. Thank you, Catherine. I didn't know that. They have a picture of the whole barracks. And my uncle happened to be in the Army with Elvis. So Elvis is in the picture. Now, because Elvis is in the picture, would I ever sell that? Absolutely not. Because my uncle's there. That's my family. I have pictures of my family members going back from, the the late 1800s. Would I ever sell them? Even though I didn't meet them? No, not at all. I couldn't bring myself to do that. Now, when I pass and my son has all this stuff, he's going to say, I don't know anybody. Now granted, I didn't know half of them. I knew my uncles and stuff, but I'll leave it up to him. He'll do something with them. But yeah, there's people out there that buy old photos. I mean, I still have some of the ones, the glass negatives and stuff like that. Sandy's father was a photographer in the Army, and she has his cameras and stuff. And yeah, she has his glass at negatives and all that stuff. But would we ever sell that stuff? No, it's family. How can you sell family stuff? I don't know. I couldn't. I always wanted to have a wall because I was into photography. I wanted to be went to Bunker Hill Community College, for photojournalism. I wanted to be a photographer for one of the newspapers. And so I had to learn how to develop my own pictures and all that stuff, and had the equipment and stuff. I always wanted to have a wall in my house with like old cameras and stuff. Never did it, but some of that stuff, I've seen homes with it, that people are into it, and they're really cool. They are really, really cool. But there's something out there for everybody. You know, definitely something out there for everybody. So any other questions or comments or anything? What's everybody have planned for today? I see that, Catherine, but I think it is him. I don't know, maybe, does he use the before the name? Because on the chat, it didn't have the before the name. Interesting. Maybe redo my eBay listings. Yeah, I still have stuff I have to get listed. And I think I'd like to start working on my first high bid auction. That's going to take a while. But I'm thinking of selling the older toys on high bid. I still have 2 big giant vats, tubs, whatever you want to call them, of Star Wars toys. So that's one thing I have to do. Well, first thing I have to do is go over the games for JR and deal with that. Just taking a break, been busy, went to see Top Gun Maverick last night, and next need to make calls to some people. Oh, cool. If you need an old nasty bee, let me know, Jerry. I've been told I can be one very good. But I work for scale, though. Don't forget. I gotta admit, Jerry's doing that, and I've been in the background in now 4 movies. One time, the Beethoven movie, my truck got paid more money than I did. It was $250 a day for it. It was at Universal Studios, and I think my truck got $300 a day. And all they, it's funny, they changed the license plate, but all they do is slap a paper license plate on it. I thought that was interesting, but it was cool. And you don't tell when it's on film. You can't tell, which was interesting. But yeah, they do so. If you live in Florida and you wanted to get into the movies, I'm on casting calls website, so I get a note. Well, this person is doing this commercial. That company's doing this commercial. We're filming for this. We're filming for that. But also, like when they were filming Godzilla, a lot of it was done in Georgia, Atlanta. So there was tons of parts. We need this. We need that. And for that movie, it was like $1,500 a day or whatever. But there's just so much. There's so much filmed in Orlando and Atlanta. I think more in Atlanta. That's like where Walking Dead was filmed. I guess Walking Dead's all over now. But there'll be another thing that'll start being filmed up there. So anything else? Anybody? Any other questions? I really do. I appreciate everybody coming in. I appreciate all you guys and gals on Facebook watching. This is what we do. This is what we talk about. This is what we go over. Monday through Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for joining me and conversating with all of us on the show. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Iris, thank you very much. Today is the day. Today is the day. Yeah, for all you people in Florida, it's supposed to be rainy all throughout the weekend. Memorial Day weekend is another thing. If you're going to be taking the first long weekend with the family, since school's out for just about 90% of everybody, be careful, be safe. And if you're driving, man, hope you get to where you want to go inexpensively. Going to the vintage market this Sunday in Orlando. Jerry, I thought that was last weekend. Oh, is it the first Sunday of every month or the last Sunday of every month? I thought it was the third Sunday. After approximately 2 years, we are going to list something online to see. All right, Catherine, you saw it, everybody. We're all going to hold you to it. No pressure. No pressure. I'm telling you, Catherine, you have a smartphone. I don't know if you were in earlier. Do it on the desktop. Save it as a draft. Don't do the pictures. Save it as a draft if you have to. Open up the eBay app on your phone. Take your pictures. List it. And then use the share button. And share it. Share it to Facebook groups that will let you. You're probably a member of Reseller U. Everything goes on there. I let people do that. But that's one way. And you do it on Instagram, Pinterest. You just get more eyes on your product. And that's all it's about. Yeah, sell, sell, sell. I'm telling you, once you start getting that cha-ching, all right, once your phone starts, you got a sale, you got a sale, you got a sale. That's extra motivation. That's like coffee. That's going to, oh man, we just sold this. It cost us $5 and we just sold it for 15 or 20. That's motivation. People, that's enough to get listing another 3 or 4 items. And then you get the cha-ching a couple of more times. And then there's another 3 or 4 or 5 items. And before you know it, you're into it. It's just doing the first one and getting the first sale. But it can be done. You can do it. You can do it. So, all right, everybody, it's 11. I'm going to cut it here. I appreciate everybody again for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. Do me a favor at the end here when we're done, put a comment on, I learned most of my knowledge from you, Paul. Well, thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. At the end of the show, please put a comment in of stuff that you'd like to hear us talk about, stuff you'd like to go over, stuff I don't profess to know everything. If I don't, I can research it or find somebody that does know more about the product or the item that will come on and give more insight on it. I will be awake enough of this time tomorrow. So please put a comment at the end of the video because I am going to start giving prizes away. I was hoping Larry would come in because I didn't put the video up yet, and I'm sorry to do this, but Larry a long time ago talked about not being able to find stuff like this. So every time we go to Maine, I go to what's called Yummies. Every time. So I bought a case of candy cigarettes. So yeah, I'm going to use some of those as prizes too. It's just like an old nostalgia thing. They have candy from the past, and that's one of the videos I have to put together. And it's a great place. It is a great, like we said, we go all the time. It's in Kittery, Maine, right over the border, just about. So put a comment in, because that's how we will choose winners. Plus, I'd like to hear from everybody. What was interesting, what wasn't. Hey, Paul, what do you know about this? Can you talk about that? We'll see what happens. So with that, everyone, thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow.